Have y'all ever heard of a mower slash weed eater combo machine? It has wheels like big back wheels, like similar to one of those, like the enlarged wheels of one of them, special, push mowers for easier mobility. And it also has a big rotor in front with this long, thick weed eater string. I first saw those advertised in the late 90s. I think I may have seen an ad in the newspaper. I saw an ad somewhere about, all these, weed eater slash mower, eye catchers, being sold on these special sites. And then I thought to myself, I want one. Because get this, I mean, the irony about all this is I thought they were actually advertising this machine as something that would take the place of an actual, weed eater. What you could do is use it to push mow your lawn, and use it to, like, up close, up close to, like, edges and, like, driveways of your house, and weed eat around, obstacles. Yes, 2-in-1, mower and weed eater. And no more, and no more mere, weed eating. Just all it is you mow and you weed eat, and that's what it was. They were claiming, and here I'm like, I want one. It would make my life a whole lot easier, reading all this. After all this information, I, ascertain, but hey, I don't have the money to buy it. I'll just have to continue using an old-fashioned mower and a weed eater because I don't have the money for this, gimmick. And here's one being sold today at a company called Weedeater for $479. They should really say $480. Deal. But does this thingy really make a good mower weed eater combo? And well, let me continue the story, and let me also, I don't want it. Let me also show you the video of this mojo in action. The description is claiming to be, yep, it actually is a lawnmower slash string trimmer.
Commercials on TV as a kid. Their trimmer mowers made reclaiming overgrown areas and working around various landscape elements look so much easier. Was it all just creative marketing, or are they actually that helpful? Well, in this video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know.
And then one day, like, I'm going to say it was about the mid-2000s, maybe around 2003, 2004, in that era. I was reading through a Tractor Supply ad one day, and I actually, saw one of them mower slash weed eaters, on sale, and And Mom, at the time, lived way out in the country. It may have been like, shortly before she met Bruce, she had her own home way out in the country. And through her yard, her side yard was a brook. The brook had all these embankments that were very hard to get a push mower on, and Mom was clueless about how to knock out all that vegetation, and I think she was like, well, it'd take forever just to weed eat. And then I think I left Mom a voicemail saying, hey Mom, I know what the trick is for all that vegetation along your brook. You need to invest in one of these mower/weed eaters, being sold at Tractor Supply. And shortly after, Mom left me a voicemail and says, hey Sam, guess what? I took your idea and I invested in that Weedeater mower, and it seems to, work, decent. And I remember when Mom, met Bruce. Bruce would, help out with the weed eating and mowing stuff and things of that nature. And I saw Bruce use that Mower Weedeater, and looks like it worked decent to me. And I asked Bruce at some point, how does that thing, do for push mowing a lawn? And Bruce is like, oh, it doesn't really work for that. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, why are you saying that, Bruce? I saw this thing, advertised at a certain point. They were claiming that could take the place of a weed eater. What Bruce was telling me was kind of, contradictory to them ads I once saw. And for Bruce to be telling me, oh, it doesn't really work for, push mowing a lawn, was really contradictory for what for the ads I described. One day, back in about 2009, I had a push mower with a Briggs & Stratton engine that lasted me 8 years until the deck rusted out, and then I invested in that Husqvarna. Had that for years until, well, the carburetor gave me trouble, and present day I have that, battery powered, Cobalt, but when that Briggs & Stratton mower, when the deck rusted out, I was like, it got to where it was kind of inoperable with, a hole in the deck. And I Mom and Bruce were at that, Fairview home, and I was over there one day, and I was thinking to myself, since my mower has gotten shot down, maybe I could borrow that weed eater / mower to push mow my lawn. And I at first checked the oil to it, and that oil level was way low, and and what oil was in there was very dirty. And I said, hey Mom, let me haul this over to my house so I can mow my lawn, but first I'm gonna change the oil to it. Mom got with Bruce about wanting me to mow my lawn with that, and Bruce came up to me and said, Sam, that ain't gonna work to mow your lawn. it ain't gonna actually, you know, mow your lawn worth a damn. And Bruce, in that scenario right there is another contradiction. Because my golly, they claimed in the ad, Mower Weedeater combo. But yet Bruce was like, you know, telling me, it ain't gonna work to push mow your lawn. I guess it may just whittle the grass around. In the long run, it may not be what it was, you know, claimed to be. About a year or so ago, Bruce, you know, invested in a conventional mower to, like, you know, mow where he can't get his zero turn at their, you know, current day location there along the embankment of the pond. And then, you know, I got to thinking, you see, in the long haul, Mom and Bruce, it turned out they didn't like, you know, what Weedeater mower they had, and they invested in a smaller one. For a while they were saying it worked better, and I didn't think about it for a long time until the other day, and knowing what Bruce told me, I asked him, well, do you still have that Weedeater mower? And he goes, no, I gave it to our fitness trainer, Justin, you know, to borrow and use, and he wasn't satisfied, and it just hasn't fit the bill for us. And now they're saying, kind of, you know, making it like it turned out to just be a dud. And the long haul, I'm like, you know, laughing, and I'm laughing because, my golly, I told you about the ad. The ad in the paper that was really eye-catching. And what Bruce has told me is very contradictory. Just brings out the giggles.